Hey guys, it is Nicole here. It is another episode, I really don't know what to call these, another thing of Wellness Wednesday. So thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes to see if anybody else hops on, but I do have a couple of updates for you. So first is, I'm sure you are well aware and have seen me posting about this, but I am accepting donations on behalf of Got You Covered. It is a local nonprofit here in San Antonio that benefits 3 different charities here. So everything is going to different families of San Antonio, and I'm collecting until Friday. So if you have something and you want to donate it, you can drop it off at my office or let me know and I can, come to you to pick it up because they are definitely in need. The second thing that I want to mention, I haven't officially announced this yet, but for December I am going to be doing 10% off all of my retail items. So that's candles, bath salts, and then I have I think I have 1 bag of loose leaf tea. So if you're looking for a easy gift, let me know and we can accommodate that for you. And then the third thing, which I should have a post going out right about now, is I am doing an expert interview with Dr. Erica Perazzo of Fortify PT and Wellness. So she is a doctor of physical therapy, and we're going to be chatting on December 15th. It's a Tuesday at 10 a.m. But we'll be talking with her about her practice. She's a mobile PT, and then how physical therapy can help, how physical therapy and massage works with one another, and if you guys have any questions for her as well, she'll be answering those. So keep an eye out for that. But with that said, let's go ahead and begin. We are just going to be in a seated position for what we're doing today. Let's go ahead and sit in a chair because there's going to be some stretching in a chair that we'll need to do. So just find that comfortable seat, maybe dim the lights if you need to. But yeah, we're going to be focusing on all things lower body because my lower back is hurting. All right, guys. So from here, let's go ahead and begin to close the eyes. Okay, take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you continue on with these breaths, just begin to set your attention to be present in this moment. Just allow your body to relax, allow your mind to become calm. And just start to notice your breath here. Don't try to change it. Don't try to control it. Just notice it. Again, eyes closed, connecting to the breath. And as you continue to breathe here, just notice that cool air as it enters your body, warm air as you exhale. And begin to take longer, slower breaths now. And let's breathe in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. We breathe in for 3, 2, 1. And we breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you continue this pattern on your own, I just want you to feel this wave of relaxation flow throughout your body. And with eyes closed here, I want you to imagine that you're walking down a soft, sandy path that leads to the ocean. And in the distance, you can hear the soft waves. You can smell the salt in the air. Maybe you notice a bit of a warm breeze on your shoulders. Let's breathe into that warmth for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you can gently flutter the eyes open. And we're going to warm up the body here with a gentle spinal twist. So what I want you to do is go ahead and place one of your hands on your opposite knee. We're going to take the other hand, we're going to swing that back and behind us, pressing into the hand that's on the knee. And as we twist here, we're going to take that counted breath in, breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elongating that spine and breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and come back to a neutral position here. We're going to try that again on the other side. So go ahead and take one hand, place it on the opposite knee. Other hand comes back and behind you. Lengthen that spine as we twist here. We breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently coming back to that neutral position. And as you come back here, close the eyes, release the hands to the lap, and once again, imagine yourself back on your beach path. You can feel that sand, it feels warm, it's comforting. You can see the brilliant blue and aqua of the ocean, just so vivid in color. Now from here, go ahead and gently flutter those eyes back open, and we're going to do a few seated pelvic tilts. So I'm going to back up for a second so you can see me. And I'm going to turn to the side. Okay, so when we do these pelvic tilts, you can, if it helps you, you can place the hands on the hips here. What we want to do is we're going to rock that pelvis forward. Okay, so you're rocking that pelvis forward, kind of putting a little bit of a deeper arch in your lower back here. Take a breath in. And then we're gonna rock that pelvis back. Okay, so you're using the glutes and the abs, you're engaging those two muscle groups to rock that pelvis back, okay, for a breath. And then we reverse that. Maybe tilt forward, breathing in. And then we rock back, pressing that low back out. Let's do that again, breathing in, rocking forward. And then we breathe out. Exhaling. Go ahead and continue those movements, that gentle rocking of your pelvis on your own, matching it with your breath. And as you continue this in your own time, once again, close the eyes, concentrating on the breath, on these small movements. And as you continue, just begin to bring your attention back to the rhythm of the ocean, how it rushes to the shore, then gently pulls back. You can see that ocean is in full view, and you're in awe at how grand it is. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's begin to slow our movements here as we come to a stop. And just take this moment in. Just let yourself fully embrace this piece. Let's breathe in here for a counted breath of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, you can slowly open the eyes. We're going to move into a bit of self-massage. And for this, I'm going to turn to face the back so you can see me if you need to, see what I'm doing on my lower back, okay? So from here, we're going to work from low back to sacrum. So sacrum's that kind of flat surface of your pelvis here. And with a loose fist, and what I mean by loose fist is your fist is going to be like this, but you want your thumb outside of the fist. So both of those. We're going to walk our fist from our mid to low back all the way down to the sacrum, using as much or as little pressure as you need. Just kind of warming up this muscle tissue here. And once you've made your way down to the sacrum, let's go ahead and walk that right back up, taking notice of any areas of tension or sensitivity, maybe any areas that might need a little bit of extra love. And then if you're wanting some deeper pressure, go ahead and use your thumbs. Be very careful here though. We're just going to press those thumbs into that muscle tissue right along the spine, not on top of the spine, but right next to it. And you can create circles with those thumbs. You can press into it and hold sustained pressure, maybe on any of those spots that felt a little tense or a little sensitive. And again, what I'm doing might look a little bit different than what you're doing. We all have pain in different areas. So just connect with your body here, focusing on what needs some work from you. And remember, you can work from mid to low back all the way down to that sacrum if that feels good. If you want to go back to the loose fist, if that felt better, you can do that as well. And just enjoy this bit of self-massage you're providing yourself. Now when you're ready, we're going to take fingertips here, we're going to place them on the sacrum, and we're just going to do some gentle circles here. Okay? Start to work all the way out to the side of the hips. This is called, you kind of want to like knead the dough here with your fingertips, maybe with the thumbs a little bit. It's called Petrissage. Just warming up this sacrum area. Now when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and slow that, and we're going to go into a side body stretch. So from here, you want to take the legs a little wide. You're going to take one of your forearms, and you're going to place that on your knee. Take the other arm up and over, and gently begin to stretch into that side body. Let's take a deep breath in here, breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently come back to that neutral position. We're going to stretch into the other side. So once again, my forearm is going onto my knee. My opposite arm is coming up and over, stretching into the side of the body here. We breathe the deep, deep belly breaths, breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently coming back to that neutral position. And once again, we're going to take our loose fists, and this is for all my pregnant mamas out here. We're going to go ahead and do some gentle hip squeezes. So take your loose fists, place them on the sides of your hips, right at that hip crease, but towards the side here. We're going to gently press into our hips and release. We can work a little bit lower or more, wherever feels good for you. Go ahead and press into those hips. Release. Let's do it again. Press. Release. One more time here. We press and release. Good. Let's go ahead and shake out the arms. That was a lot of work. From here, I'm going to turn back around to face you. Now we're going to work into our legs, into the tops of our legs here, our quads. So for this, we're going to start with something called Effleurage. So I'm going to take the heels of my hands, and all the way from hip crease towards my knee, I'm going to just very slowly begin to kind of press into that muscle tissue. Okay, warming up those areas, really pressing into the heel of the hand for this. You can start all the way from the side, working a little bit more towards the midline of the body. Being gentle. Generally the IT band area and the medial thigh tend to be pretty sensitive, so just be careful. You can move as slowly or as quickly as you like, using as much pressure or as little pressure as you like. Maybe close the eyes, enjoy this for a bit. From here, once this is all nice and warmed up, we're going to go into something called Petrissage. So that's where we're kneading the dough. So we're just going to knead the muscle tissue of our quads. Okay. Again, taking notice of any areas that might need a little bit of extra work. Might be a little sensitive or sore. Just working into this muscle tissue, using as much or as little pressure as you need. And if you like, you can switch between that Petrissage movement and that Effleurage movement. Okay? Once again, moving slowly here. Breathing deep, maybe breathing in once again for that count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and begin to slow our movements here. And we're going to begin to work into our knee. So similar to that effleurage movement, we're going to just begin to circle our kneecap, okay, really warming up that area. And then from here, we're going to take soft fingertips and right at the top of the kneecap, just using as much finger pressure as we can or as you like, we're going to create small circles, and we're just going to follow all these little attachments around that kneecap. There might be some areas that might feel a little sensitive. Maybe you spent a little bit of extra time there. That's perfectly fine. Work towards the side of the knee, and we're going to now move towards, I know it's a little tough to see with black pants, but towards the bottom of that kneecap. Okay, if anything feels off or doesn't feel good, then stop doing that. Okay, so let's work here for a few moments. Breathing deep. Find a spot that you want to spend some extra time. You can do that. Maybe you hold sustained pressure if that feels good. If you want to go back to that effleurage movement, if that feels better for you, that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to connect with yourself and do what feels best for you. Beautiful. Ooh, found a little spot that needs some extra work for me. So let's go ahead and finish up with some effleurage around that knee. And then slowly make your way all the way back up to that hip crease. Lovely. From here, we're going to work into the other side. So once again, with the heels of the hand, we're going to work from hip crease all the way down to the knee. Moving slowly, warming up this muscle tissue of the quad. You can work into the IT band if that feels good. Maybe you work a little more medially the quad. Just be gentle and make sure you're using as much pressure as feels comfortable for you. And my leg here is a little sore. Really take notice of those spots that might need a little bit of extra work. If you're ready and you'd like to, you can switch to that Petrissage movement, so that kneading of the dough, kind of fluffing up that muscle tissue. If you want to go between both techniques, that's perfectly fine as well. If you find a spot that really needs some work, you can really press into the heel of the hand here. Maybe hold sustained pressure. Just close the eyes. Enjoy this bit of self-massage you're giving yourself. Maybe take that deep breath in, breathing in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and switch back to that effleurage movement. We're going to make our way all the way towards the knees. So once again, warming up that kneecap. We're going to circling the knee with our hands. Taking notice of any areas that might need some extra work. And then when you're ready, with soft fingertips, we're going to once again begin to create circles starting at the top of the kneecap, and then slowly making our way all the way around that kneecap. And if you find a spot that feels sensitive or sore and you want to spend more time there, you absolutely can. What I'm doing might look a little bit different than what you're doing, and that's perfectly fine because we have different bodies, different aches, different pains. If you want to hold sustained pressure, that can feel really nice. If you want to go back to the effleurage, if that felt better for you, you can do that as well. And just remember to breathe here. Maybe close the eyes, taking your counted breaths in and out. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and begin to finish up with that Effleurage movement, circling the knee, moving as quickly or as slowly as feels good for you. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and begin to make the way all the way back up to that hip crease. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do a little bit of tapotement onto the top of the quads. Okay, so with, again, a loose fist, you're just going to begin to kind of hit the legs, for lack of a better term. You want to be very gentle here. Okay, you can do the inside of the thighs, maybe around the knee, up the belly of the quads, maybe towards the side of the IT bands. Just kind of waking up that muscle tissue. Good. Let's go ahead and begin to slow those little hits. And then we're going to begin to, what are we doing? A calf stretch. Okay, I'm going to back up once again for this. So for this, let's go ahead and kind of sit towards the edge of your seat if you can. And you're going to take one of your legs, you're going to extend that out. Let me show you from the side here. So you're going to extend that out, foot flexed, okay? And from here, you're going to begin to hinge from the hip. You want to think heart out as we begin to hinge. Okay, so we should feel a nice stretch, not only in the calf, but the rest of the leg, so that hamstring, okay? So the key here is to keep that top half straight, again, heart out. You can bend, hinge as much as feels comfortable for you. Take a few breaths here, breathing deep, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you sink a little lower. And then gently come back up, and we'll do the opposite leg. Okay, so the other leg, or excuse me, the opposite leg, we want to come out, and you're sitting right at the edge of your seat, foot flexed, other leg is helping to support you, and we're going to hinge from the hip, heart out, hinging as deeply as feels comfortable. You should feel a nice stretch. Make sure that foot is flexed. Okay, toes pointed towards you. Breathing deep. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Sinking a little lower. And then gently coming back up to a neutral position. Beautiful. From here, we're going to do a hip stretch, a piriformis stretch. So go ahead and take one of your legs or one of your ankles and place it on top of the opposite knee. This might be a deep enough stretch for you. If that is, you can stay here. If you want to intensify it, you can press into that knee. And if you need even more here, you can press into that knee, and then just like we did with the other stretch, we're going to hinge at the hips, heart out. Okay? Begin to lean into it. I have very tight hips, so I can't go very much more than this. And let's begin to breathe here, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, sinking a little lower, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then gently coming back up. And we're gonna switch sides. So this ankle is going to go on top of this knee. Now, I have a knee injury, so I'm going to stay on the same leg. So go ahead and do the opposite leg here. So ankle on top of the opposite knee. You could stay here if this feels good. If you want to intensify, you can press into that knee. Sorry for that. I thought I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, but apparently I didn't. So let's go back to our stretch. Okay, so if this feels good, then you can stay here. If you want to intensify, press into that knee. If you need to intensify even more, begin to hinge at the hips, heart out, breathing deep here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's breathe again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, sinking even lower. Let's go ahead and press ourselves back up. We can bring that foot back down. We have a few minutes here, so let's go ahead and go back to that loose fist to our back, okay? So once again, we take our loose fists. We're going to start at that low back, and we're just going to begin to walk those hands down towards that sacrum, moving slowly here, all the way down to that sacrum. Remembering to breathe, maybe breathing in for that count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to go back to the thumb movements here, if you need a little bit more pointed pressure, if there's a specific area bothering you, you can do that. Or you can go towards your, using your finger circles here. You can even do those finger circles working all the way up. Okay? Working into that muscle tissue, taking notice of any areas of sensitivity, tension, breathing, connecting with your breath. Using any of the tools that you've learned here today to work on yourself. Let's go ahead and take that counted breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and begin to slow your movements here. Closing the eyes. If it's comfortable, you can place the hands at the heart space or on the lap, wherever feels best for you. Just settle in here, get comfortable. Close the eyes and imagine yourself back at that beach. Okay. Notice that sun as it begins to set. You start to feel everything around you just begin to settle. You can feel that cool breeze off of the ocean. The sun dimly lights up the beach with its vibrant pinks and oranges and purples and blues. And as you soak up that sparkling scene in front of you, you begin to notice the smell of the ocean again, how sweet it is to be so close to nature. And just resting here, you can feel the warmth of the sun beginning to skim your skin. You feel more relaxed. You're at one with the world around you. Let's breathe in a final counted breath. Breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now when you're ready, you can allow your thoughts to come gently back to your mind. Just begin to awake and thank yourself for this moment of peace that you've allowed yourself to embrace. I'm grateful for this moment with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can stay here if you like, if you're comfortable. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. If you guys had any questions on anything that we worked on, I'm happy to answer them. But thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day. So, 2 people on right now, so if you guys have questions, bring them. I'm so glad you feel better. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I had a few technical difficulties. Alright guys, well if there's no more questions or comments, I'm going to go ahead and end the live feed. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your day. How do I end it?